Hello, hello, hello. It is I, Danny. Welcome so much to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Danny tries a thing. So thank you so much for being here with me today. It has been a hectic few months, heavy past few months. So today we are specifically going to be talking about my Etsy results. So now it will have been, the month of July will have been 5 months. Oh snap, 5 months on Etsy. So, okay, number one, I can't even believe that it's almost been half a year. But also I am really proud of how far I've come along. So let's go over the results. Let's talk about what transpired during the month of July. So my 5th month now selling on Etsy. Cool. Okay, so here are the results for the month of July 2023. I had 442 visits, but that only resulted into 2 orders, so a low conversion rate of 0.5%. Total revenue $43.39. Recognizing what has transpired in the last few months, I'm also soft on myself, and I received this. I'm still not deflated. I will scroll down and focus on some of the things that maybe have improved and what needs to be worked on. So I remember, was it the last video and the video before? The amount of visits that I was bringing in, probably through this YouTube channel and through my other social media networks, traffic was really, really high coming from elsewhere, and I was saying that I would like to sort of inverse the balance beam. One thing I did notice is that this category right here, Etsy marketing and search engine optimization, it's getting better. I feel like it was actually a little bit lower. One of the things that I really do want to work on is, again, improving my tags, improving my titles, using the information from Etsy about what terms and searches that people are looking for based on the things that it is that I'm creating, trying to figure out how to include some of those terms, for example, in the SEO and in the tags and what have you. So that's actually useful information that I can sort of use. Okay, so it says that I spent $17.64, and you'll notice that there was a big chunk. This was the time in which I was not running any ads. So I had just paused them. Ultimately, it was a test to see how I would fare without the aid of Etsy, without Etsy specifically trying to target people and rely on their sort of algorithm and their data to do so, and instead allowing for my audience to find me themselves. And maybe it needed to be a more significant duration of time to be able to see what the test result might yield. But I think actually for now I'm going to resume with my Etsy ads off and see how I fare. You know, I think there were definitely errors that were made in the month of July. So for example, not having my listings set on auto renew. The intention behind that initially when I set up the listings was so that I can actually manually go in, update any tags, update the description, etc., title with more pertinent keywords. I figured that made sense to happen when it was time for renewal. But what ended up happening, because I was going through my personal health issues, ultimately it reached renewal and then they expired. So I think literally more than half of my listings had expired, and they may have been sitting there like that inactive, so possibly for a couple of weeks. I say that to say that could be very easily avoided. You could either set up the option for auto renewal, or you can just put reminder in your phone to update it on such and such date, and that way you can manually do it yourself for the listings that you think are still totally valuable. So that was totally a big mistake on my end. I don't want to gloss over the fact that I did go through a loss, and trying to deal with the type of loss that I dealt with as a woman, as a mother, while still trying to balance like running a shop, starting a shop, being an entrepreneur was definitely very, very hard. So that's why I'm saying in this particular month, I'm trying to be really, really kind with myself and soft with myself, because the pregnancy was one thing, the loss is something else. But that said, you know what? I look forward to this next month. I have been working tirelessly at nighttime to pump out more listings, to create actually the listings. Again, as I mentioned, that I had pivoted to these paper doll templates that I am really excited about. And I figured out a way to have a couple different listing. So I think already for the month of August, I will have added at least 4 listings, which I'm really excited about. Again, I understand Etsy, the way it works is it really wants you to constantly pump out products so that they see that you're active. So I am really trying to do that for this next month. So while it's a lot of upfront work, again, it's a digital product. So I'm excited by the possibility that it presents. And I'm really proud to say that I actually did sell one paper doll. One of the 2 sales that I made was a paper doll. So I'm very excited at the prospect of that, and to sort of see how to play around with it. What can I do with it? And also trying to anticipate the upcoming seasons, right? Fall is coming. There are holidays that are coming. What are different ways that we can think about the products that we have, and think about anticipate some of the needs that might come as a result of seasons changing, etc. So if you have any questions, comments, if you're a seller on Etsy, if you're just like someone who is inspired and wants to start, do it. Do it. Leave any comments, questions in the chat box down there, and I will see you for my next video. Okay? We will keep going. We're like the little engine that could, you know? For real though, for real. I'm telling you, it has been a time. It has been a time these last couple of months. If you're interested in learning more about my story, by all means, I will include a link to the previous video that I did in the description box. You know, I feel like I just want to quickly take up the space and acknowledge how hard it's been as a woman, as a mother. I know entrepreneurship on its own is difficult, but then when you add the layers of pregnancy, loss, grief, it's hard. It's hard, and you still want to keep going, but then you're just also going through so much and trying to allow yourself time and patience to process. So I just want to at least like say that, because these roles as women and these identities that we take on are complicated, and so often it requires so much strength. So yeah, I just want to make sure that that is also acknowledged, because I guess in this video I want it all to be about the business, and I want it to be about selling on Etsy, but I do want to also acknowledge intersectionality, and ultimately how me as a woman, as a mother, as a Black mother, how all of that intersects and has an impact on what I'm trying to do in the business realm as well. I don't know if I fully expressed myself correctly, but I really want there to be space to still acknowledge my womanness while I'm talking about this business, you know? All right, bye y'all. It's been mad real.